What's going on, guys? We're the Offshore Gamescast, and this is our review of the Nintendo Switch version of Harlow.
Harlow is a cute 2D platformer about a group of robots aboard the R1 Humanity, the last of Earth's pioneer ships looking for a new home for humans. With the humans set to come out of cryosleep soon, it's up to Harlow and the others to not only find a good spot to land on a suitable planet, but also to get prepared to throw a surprise party for everyone to wake up to.
These tasks fall onto a small crew of robots. You play as Harlow, whose job is to scout out the planet with potential landing spots for the large ship. Manifesto runs the ship and keeps you updated on new information that they analyze. Gumbo is in charge of transporting Harlow back and forth from the ship to the planet, and Lido really loves talking about food.
One of the most interesting aspects of the game is the unique spin on 2D platformers. Harlow has the ability to jump in any direction and has two charges that could be used before needing to touch a surface or patiently wait for the cooldown to recharge your jumps.
Getting stuck somewhere and waiting for your jumps to recharge can really slow down the pace of an otherwise fast-moving game. You're presented with the time of how long it took for you to finish a level, incentivizing replaying levels to get the quickest time you can.
Personally, I found it to be inconsistent with what surfaces would recharge your jumps and which ones wouldn't. It seems like in one level, a certain type of surface would recharge your jumps, while the same type of surface in the next level would not.
Each level has you complete the same task. Collect 3 power cores and reach the end of the level. Some levels require you to complete simple puzzles in order to progress, such as finding the right path to avoid gaps in the ground or pushing a key node up a hill to the correct spot to unlock a door.
Pits of lava, pipes spilling toxic waste and dangerous liquids, and machines that create objects that kill you with just one touch are just some of the obstacles that stand in your way. Using the analog stick, you must act quickly and jump at the right time to avoid the dangers littered among the landscape.
At times, the level design can be a bit confusing. Sometimes you are encouraged to drop down into pits and explore what lies beneath, while other times a pit would be an instant death and no clear indicator as which was which.
Early in the game, you're introduced to these small orbs that are scattered across the levels. These can be collected and used back on the ship to research and craft the items needed to throw the party, ranging from food machines and medical supplies to music, games, and lighting.
How much you put into researching and decorating the ship determines which ending you get, so it's worth putting in time to collect as many as you can.
As much as I enjoy decorating spaces and being able to see the changes I make in video games, exploring the ship to see new decorations became too tedious. With lockers, crates, and other objects getting in the way of navigating around the ship, it became more annoying than exciting to see what was new.
Some of the areas can quickly become monotonous frustrations. The checkpointing system works well enough in the beginning of the game when it's less challenging, but at points later in the game, you'll be stuck having to replay a decent chunk over and over with some harrowing and longer sections. If it becomes too difficult, there is an option to turn on magic aiming, which slows down time when you aim to help you decide what your next move is.
Harlow is a short but charming and challenging journey that takes roughly 5 hours to complete all 40 levels. The writing is cute as each of the characters have their quirks and personalities that lightens the mood between levels, whether it's Lido talking about how much they love food or Manifesto rambling on about their findings.
It's worth mentioning the background of Harlow and how it came to be. The game creator Armin had to deal with the loss of a parent while being diagnosed with a brain tumor around the same time. Programming became one of the different ways Armin got through the recovery, which led to Harlow's creation and represents a story of hope.
Harlow brings a fun and unique spin to 2D platformers. I really enjoyed the double jump system and the puzzle element it brought to the game, but ultimately, the poor checkpointing system led to frustration instead of a fun challenge. I think this game has great ideas that are held back by some of the issues talked about in this review. I give it a 6 out of 10.
As a fan of puzzle games, this is definitely one that piqued my interest. Some of the levels are ones I'm glad I finished, and I'm happy that I don't have to replay them again, but overall they are few and far between. There is a nice relaxing brain teaser with a fitting soundtrack for you to listen to and casually bounce around some death traps. I'm going to give this game a 7 out of 10.
That makes the official Offshore Gamescast rating a 6.5 out of 10.
If you enjoyed our review, subscribe to the YouTube channel for more gaming content.
And be sure to tune into the Offshore Gamescast every Thursday on all podcast providers and offshoregamescast.com.